Mon has mentioned yesterday that a broomstick for one truck, for one pickup truck, they have to pay for 13,000 rupees.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, for allowing me to take part, and I rise to support the motion of thanks brought by Honorable MLA from Jirang. I'll be very specific, sir. I won't speak much, but I will just like to bring few issues which I feel it's of grave concern to my people and to the people of the state as a whole, sir. Firstly, sir, in the past few months, sir, the youth of the state were so happy to see that the Home Department, they are coming up with the recruitment of the police personnel for almost 3,000. But at the same time, sir, after a few days, a sad news came, sir, that from the cabinet they have reduced the age of those applicants, sir, which I'm sure, sir, is for the betterment of the department. But what I would like to urge here, sir, because there are many youths, sir, who are waiting for their last chance. They have been preparing themselves, sir, for so many years. And we cannot deny the fact, sir, that in the past few years, sir, we have faced so many problems, sir, from COVID to roster and so many on, sir. So that's why, sir, I'm not asking the government to change its decision, but I would like to urge the government to find a way or a solution to just to give a last chance to this youth, sir. Another thing, sir, like in the past few days, the honorable member from Health has, in her reply, said, sir, that there is no plan from the government to set up a medical college in Jaintia Hills, which we do understand, sir, that it's not easy for the government to do everything at one go. But I would like to urge the government, sir, if not medical college, but if a nursing school or nursing college can be set up in Jaintia Hills, because there are many youths which are pursuing nursing, and it will be a blessing for especially to those poor families who cannot afford to send their student outside the state, sir, their children outside the state, sir. Another thing, sir, I came from a constituency where almost half of the population are Niam Tre or Niam Khasi, sir. And not only in my constituency. Last time, sir, I sent a survey to my people in Jaintia Hills alone of those villages which in need of eco-friendly crematoriums, sir. It is very shocking, sir, that almost 150 villages are still in need of this eco-friendly crematorium, sir. So I would like to urge the government, sir, to please to continue in supporting financially in the construction of this eco-friendly crematorium. And I feel, sir, the government should take pride of this invention, because this invention has been invented by our very own late Kambal Shulai, who is from Jowai, sir. And as the name here, sir, said, eco-friendly, it's really eco-friendly. It is safe, reduce the pollution, save the time, and more importantly, sir, it saves trees, sir. So that's why, sir, I would like to urge the government to please to continue in supporting in financially in the construction of this eco-friendly crematorium, sir. And lastly, sir, I'm very thankful to the government and especially to our Honorable Chief Minister for considering or for including Jowai, the only village after Tura in the whole state, in the Smart Town project, sir. And as we can see, sir, there were many projects has been taken. As if you go to Jowai, sir, all the road in Jowai has been resurfaced, and even the construction of the integrated development complex at Jowai has started, and many more, sir. But still, sir, there are plenty, sir, projects need to be done. So I will urge the Chief Minister, the government, that in the coming years, if more projects can be considered in the Smart Town project. And I hope, sir, if not at par with Tura, but even closer to Tura, sir, I will be very happy. Sir, with these few submissions, sir, I will resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you. May I request Honorable Member and ex-Speaker Sumit Palindo to take the floor.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to take part in the Governor's address during this budget session 2024. Sir, from one term to another term, different governments are coming and going. And always the intention of the governments are to always bring the administration closer to the people of the state at different levels, be at the district level, subdivisional level, the blocks levels, and so on. So with regards to the infrastructure, I would like to mention here that whatever districts, new civil subdivisions and new blocks that has been constituted, much have to be done to ensure that the purpose and objective of setting up those administrative levels are being reached to the people of those areas and respective districts and civil subdivisions as well. Understanding the paucity of time, 8 minutes, but I hope I'll try to confine myself within that time. Another issue which I would like to mention here is a very long pending issue, and that is the border issue. A lot have been discussed, and most of the members have already spoken at length about this issue. My serious concerns here is on one area. This issue has been there for the last 50 years. I have to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for taking an initiative in 2018. How do we reach a solution on this boundary issue? I don't know how many thousand times the words boundary issue has been mentioned in this August House from 1972 till date. These disputes and differences are there in the border because of the demarcation or the line drawn between the two states. But in the phase one, out of the 12 areas of differences, 6 at least matter have been discussed and sorted out to whatever extent. But what really worries me is this, that innocent life of the people, of those people who are staying in those border areas in villages, have been lost. I still remember way back in 2009 or 10 in Lampi, for example. The other one is at Mukro. It was about last year. I have visited personally. Those family members who have lost their loved ones, for what reasons that they have to face, that the family, one of the family members have to face that consequences. I would request the government to speed it up. The areas of difference in the other 6 places, how we reach a solution among the 2 states. We have heard about the different hardships that the people of those villages have to face from time to time. Like someone has mentioned yesterday, that a broomstick for one truck, for one pickup truck, they have to pay for 13,000 rupees. I feel this is also one part of it that government has to look into to stop this once and for all. So coming to education, I would like to thank the government for have taken the initiative about right from the previous term for upgradation and repairs of most of the government LPs, UPs and secondary schools. It is true that the school buildings, especially at the rural areas, are really in a very bad condition. And on most of the questions, I personally feel very ashamed of myself to go to these villages for whatever inauguration. Maybe it's a sports program, maybe it's a Teachers' Days programs and so on. And you have to attend those programs in a school building where it is sometimes very embarrassing. I would like to request the government to please focus more on this. I've seen that in the phase 2 and phase 3, other schools also will be included in some in the new construction of the school building, some in the upgradations, and some in the repair as well. Sir, I would like to also mention here, as you know that nowadays, most of the students are not like to join science stream. But I have come across in the rural areas that a lot of students would like to join science streams. For example, in my constituency, there's a college, the first science college in the state, the first science college only in the entire state. We have discussed this at length. We have discussed this from time to time. I'm sure the government will work out and see what can be done as far as supporting this science college so that it will be able to continue its journey in serving the people of the area, and not only in my constituency, but in the entire state as well. So a lot of science students are coming to Shillong. This is also one of the reasons why we found that a lot of migration of the people from rural areas to the urban area. One of the main reasons is because of to send their kids to the best schools or the best college. I'm sure that is for everyone. So to stop this, unless we give them a platform where the science streams or the science stream is available at the district level, is available at the sub-divisional level, then only these students will never migrate to Shillong. And I am proud to stand here that two of the students of Mairang Science College have ranked in the two good positions in NEHU. Sir, sports, particularly in football, as we know, if we go anywhere in the state, we'll find football. Whether it's a football match, you'll find big people, big crowd coming, even ready to pay for the ticket fees or whatever if needs to be spent to watch a football match. In my constituency, recently, there's a selection of best players from all over the state by different famous clubs from Bangalore, from Goa, from Punjab, from Delhi, and so on. Two of the smartest boys, one is at the age of 11. We are amazed to see that boy. I wish I can share those videos with all of us to see that how and what kind of talent that this boy has with him. Family members are very supportive. His father is very supportive. And he has been selected to go all the way to Bangalore for the final selection, which we knew very well that he will be selected and where he will be provided with admission in any schools free of cost. But they refused to go for different reasons from the family side. But I'm pretty sure that I think sometime this March, the SAI will have this final selection, which I'm pretty sure that this small boy of 11 years old will get the admission for being selected the best player, football player. In the last attempt, I was so delighted that the Khelo India schemes was being floated by the government of India. And where numbers of proposals have been sent to the ministry and where good number of stadiums, tough playgrounds are being proposed for construction at different levels. I've seen the list also, and I was very happy to see that the list of all those proposals sent are from different parts of the entire state, across the state. Not only from Shillong, not only for Nongstoy, not only for Jowai, not only for Tura, but across the state. But for whatever reasons, all cannot be approved by the government of India. Reason best known to the sports department, but I urge the government to find out ways and means how we address this issue. We live in a modern world, and most of the playgrounds now is with the artificial turf. So I feel that this has to be provided to the people, to the boys, to the players at the rural areas, and where most of the top players, football players, you'll always find from the rural areas. Sir, I would like to name as one of the proposed schemes which was included in the Khelo India is the Pindam Myong football playground. And I would like to share, I forgot to mention here, about the name of this 11 years old boy. His name is Lionel. It's not Messi, but it's just Lionel. And I'm sure that Lionel Messi, when he sees this boy, he'll say, yes, he is a junior Messi. Sir, not taking up much time, power.
Yes, sir, we have already extended
I know, sir.
15 minutes.
Yes, sir. Power is that frequent power cut in the rural areas resulted to problems faced by public and even the government offices also. So I would like to urge the government, to this power department especially, to look into this. Coming to a very important thing, sir, that is JJM. The completion of this flagship program, as per the information that I have with me, is up to December 2023, but now it seems up to March 2024. What really worries me is about the completion of these projects. Huge projects. We understand that till now we don't have any fund problem, which with regards to the fund flowing from the government of India to the state. But what really worries me that there are a lot of projects which are still pending, which cannot be completed at any cost by this March 2024. I would like just to urge the government how exactly to find out ways and means that in the event of Government of India saying that we cannot release any funds post-March 2024, then the problem, the worry will come to the state government. I just got short, sir. Health sector, much have been spoken, much have been discussed in this August House. We do have a serious problem as far as nurses, doctors, and I would like to urge here that the government will focus very well here, because I would like to witness here that one of the government hospital in Mairang is one of the model hospital where the doctors, the staff, and the nurses have delivered that kind of services to the people over there satisfactorily. So unless the government's support, this is not possible. So therefore, I would like to urge that there are other PHCs, there are other CSC, there are other health centers also, which needs the support from the government. Sir, I still have some more, but I think I already crossed the time allotted to me.
Yes, please.
I would like to thank you once again, sir, and I resume my seat.
Thank you.